We're going to start this project by looking at a company called Underway Studios. They make really nice artwork by layering up photographs and block color. So we're going to use that as our inspiration for this project. And we're going to build it in Photoshop. So load up Photoshop, hit the blue new file button and go over to print at the top. This will have all your print presets. We're going to use A4. And if A4 is not there, you've got all your presets under the extra button there. You've got A3 and A4, and you've got portrait and landscape. So we'll leave it portrait, 300 resolution, and click OK, and you'll get your A4 canvas. Underway uses lots of photographs, so we're going to get some photographs of our subject and open them all up. I've got a folder full of photographs here. And what we're going to do is we're going to select the ones we want to use and edit them. So we're going to make them not look like a clean photograph. So for this, we're going to need image at the top and then adjustments. And the first one I'm going to go to is black and white. This will make your image black and white, but give you all the different colors to adjust. So there's loads of light blue, lots of cyan in this image because of the light sky. So if you slide the slider up and down, you'll be able to set it so you get like a high contrast between the two tones. So that seems to work out quite nicely. Set it to how you want it, and then press OK. So another thing to do is to cut it out. So the tricky thing about cutting it out is there's about 10 different ways of doing it in Photoshop. But in here, I'm going to use the third tool down, which gives us our lasso tools. And I'm going to use the poly lasso tool. And that means you can click and create a straight line. So you click at the start, click at the end, and just take some steps and walk around your building. This building is really easy to cut out because it's all straight. So you just do clicks and you don't drag it. You just click each point in the corner. So go around the bit that you want to get rid of. So I want to get rid of the sky. So I'm using the building as an edge. Go around there. That's the hard bit done. Go all the way around the top, back to the start. And then you'll get the selection, which is the little marching ants, so the little dotted line walking around. And then you can press the little lock on the layer to unlock the layer, and then press delete on the keyboard. And that will get rid of it. Deselect it. And now in Photoshop, the move tool is always the first tool. So if you click, drag, go over to your first tab and drop it, you'll put it onto your canvas. And you can see that it's on its own layer on the right hand side. And if you hit Control T, you'll be able to resize and reposition it. So I've just turned it sideways. You can rotate it as well. So Control T is for transform, and you can sort of select the position of where you want it by doing that. So now I want to put in some of those really nice colors that Underway use. They've got something that's quite vibrant there, the turquoises and reds, yellows. They use a lot of primary as well. So I might go for sort of a red moon or a sun. And then I'll put one of these pictures over the top of it. So to do that, I need to create a new layer and then get the marquee tool. So I'm going to use the marquee tool, which is just the dotted circle. And that's a selection tool that you can fill with a color. So hit the little fill tool, select a color. I'm going to go for sort of a really rich orange. I've not created the new layer. So if you go wrong, like I've just done, just hit Control Z, create a new layer, which is the second button from the very bottom corner. And then you can fill it by making the marquee tool and hit the little paint bucket tool. And the whole point of having it on its own layer is so you can layer things up, put it behind other things. So I quite like that being behind there. It feels like it creates a bit of depth. If you want to make a custom shape, I'm going to make a sort of triangle shape now, a pointed shape. I'm going to use the pen tool, which is P, and at the top you can select shape. And if you start clicking, again, you don't have to paint with it, you just click in the corners and it creates a shape like this. Now in the layer, where it is over on the right hand side, you can double click it, and I want to go for a banana yellow. Playing around with primary colors, get it in the position you want it, rejig the layers to see which one you want on top. And then for this, I'm going to use opacity and transparency, look. So you can make it see-through over the top. So now I've got a couple of colors, and now I'm going to take this really nice image. So black and white again, set my tones to how I want it to be. Because I'm photographing in the dark, looking up at something light, you get a lot of angry light and dark, one versus another, a little bit of contrast. So for this, I'm going to use the marquee tool, so the second tool with a square, and just make a selection, copy it with Control C, and then paste it with Control V. Couldn't be easier. So now it's on the top layer. Instead of doing what I did before, which was using a color over the top, I'm going to change the layer feature on this one to make it see-through. So position it where I want it using Control T, and then just above where the layer is, I can click that normal button and use overlay. Give that a go. So what I have now is two images and two colours working on top of each other. I would like to see you experiment with different images and different colour tones to see what you can create. So give it a go, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.